Hey, good morning. Let's do some stretching. All right. So today I'm going to work a little bit on different techniques and maybe more specific on fighting. So watch this. when you square off in front of somebody. So now you see this is my two weapons. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And watch what I do. If I move a little bit to the left, now I'm gonna be on the right side of the person, right? So watch this. So if I throw a jab, the jab is straight up. That's one of the jab. If I move to the left, now watch what I can do. Can I do a jab here? Absolutely. But it's gonna be a different kind of jab. It's gonna be a jab that's gonna be a little bit not the one that you are used to. So it's gonna be a little bit like, you see how I'm a little bit out of balance, but it doesn't matter because what you want to do is you want to throw things out there. So watch it. So sometimes I box, I throw a jab, and then I move to the side, and I box, and I do the same thing. I do another jab, but it's totally out of the axis, right? So again, jab, move, jab, and watch this. Even if I move to my right now, up, and then I can still jab. So the cool thing about this is like the jab, it doesn't have to be straight up. You don't have to keep the body in front of the person. You can be to the side, you can be in front, even to the other side. It doesn't matter. So to be outside the axis sometimes can really help during a fight. The same thing for the right. Watch this. If I move my foot, to the right side, and the person is in front of me, now I have a different angle, you see? And maybe that's going to create an opening. Maybe the guy has his guard a little bit a little bit wide open on the side. And then you can throw the punch and maybe hit him to the side. So watch this. So instead of throwing punch in front, you can go outside the axis and try to reach the other person from the opening, okay, from the side. The footwork in fighting is extremely important, and I'll tell you why. If I punch somebody, everything is about timing, right? So if somebody is moving backward, when I move forward, I'm not going to touch him. But if he moves forward and I move forward, boom, then you have the collision. So timing is so important. The footwork is so important. Not only that, but watch this. Muhammad Ali was extremely good with this. He used to lean back a lot. If you look at his fight, he used to fight, and he moved and he leaned towards the rope. So what's interesting about that, so watch this. I don't know if I can demonstrate. Usually it's better to do that with a person, but watch. If this is a punch, maybe this one is maybe not, hold on. Maybe if I move this. Give me a second. Maybe this is gonna work. Yeah. So, I don't know if you can see it. I try to figure it out, sorry. Okay, watch this. Yeah. All right, so I don't think I can demonstrate on this thing. Maybe. It's really cool. You'll see. It's about question of leaning back and what's going to happen when you lean back. So if the person is here, right? Let's see. It's going to work. I'll try to figure out for you to see it. So obviously, you see I'm not touching the chair, right? Right? So, which means that the guy has a longer arm than me. So watch what I do. If I lean back, the person is going to have to lean forward. And by leaning forward, is going to close the distance. And what's going to happen, I'm going to be able to touch him, and he's not going to be able to reach me. Okay, I need to have another person to do it, and you'll see. And the reason for that is when you lean forward, you're going to close the distance between the person. So watch. If I'm here and I start boxing, and the guy leans back, he's in the rope, and I try to launch, I'm going to close the distance. The guy is going to be able to hit me before I hit him. And the reason for that is because my hips are back, right? And look at the distance. I have to demonstrate with somebody. But you'll see when I can't be with somebody, I'll do it, and you will understand what I'm talking about. Anyway, so again, the footwork is so important. So again, let's try we're going to move to the left, just doing the jab, 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 jab. Okay, now watch this. What I like to do also is when I move forward, and this is, I think here it's better. When I move forward, watch. I just don't move and jab. I just do the same thing at the same time. I move and I jab at the same time. So watch the difference. If I move and I punch and this. See, this is more, the timing is way better if you move at the same time that you jab, and you should try it. It's very technical because it has to be exactly at the same time. So, here you go. Here you go. Here you go. It's not and jab. I do it at the same time. I move and I strike. So timing is so important. Now watch this. Couple movement that we do with the feet. Okay, so watch it. If somebody is trying to overpowering me, so instead of backing up this way, right, which takes a little bit too much time, and plus, I don't like when I shuffle like this. I don't like that. But what I can do is just switch. Watch, moving. Just pivoting. If you pivot, you can still strike with your right. And that's why at the beginning of the lesson, I don't know if you remember, I told you to learn how to punch with the left and the right forward. Okay? So again, this can become your jab. Jab. The same thing. The same thing. Okay? So this is what we're going to do. We're going to jab. We're going to do different jab, different angle. And then we're going to move back. Move forward. So can you imagine if you can fight with both feet forward? That's going to create another dimension for you when you fight. And also a different angle. When you move, so when you move to the side, what I do is I do a shuffle here. So what I do is I do 1, see that? 1 and 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. So you can do a jab and then 1, 2, bam, jab. 1, down. And then up. And then you have the right side on front. So the footwork is extremely important. I learned a lot from Peter Cunningham. I'm sure you know Peter. Excellent fighter. He taught me a lot about the footwork. He's way better than I am on the footwork. He's awesome. And different people I learned from, like Jacob Bressler. I mean, an excellent martial sensei, we call him. Excellent. He teaches me a lot of things too, but I can't do it right now because I need another person with me. But anyway, so Peter Cunningham showed me different techniques on the footwork. So it's really important when you go at the bag, and you work on the bag, just don't stay in front of the bag and just do the normal combination and hit as hard as you can. Just try to learn how to move to the side. Bam. Try to find an opening. And look at this. When I throw the punch, or the body punch, especially a jab on the body punch, I just don't bend over. if you do bend over, you're going to receive, you're going to be wide open. So watch what I do. I turn to the side, and you see how protected I am now? Not only that, but the person throwing the jab or the right hand, can you see it here? Come on, help me out here. Yeah. But you have to lean to the right side, okay? Just don't do bend. Bending is not enough because you're facing, if you bend, you're wide open here. By moving to the side, now you are a bit more protected, okay? And not only that, but you can do the same thing with the right. I'm underneath I'm hitting on the body shot right now. Look, boom. It's kind of hard on the legs sometimes, especially now, when we get older. Our knees are not very good, but oh well. So again, let's do some combination here. Shuffle. Again, the shuffle is this. You're going to move the foot, one foot backwards, but not too far. Here. One, and move at an angle. Again. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Now watch this. What I do when I like to measure the cage or the ring, and you go in the middle of the cage, in the middle of it, and you go like this. From here, you go like this. So this is in the middle of the cage. You go 1 and 2, and then you hit the rope of the cage. So you know that if you are fighting somebody, and the somebody is really pressuring you into the rope or into the cage, you know it will take you 1, 2, I'm behind. I'm going to be only 2 to be on the rope. So that's something, to be aware of. So you didn't get caught, like 1, 2, I know. And this point I have to move out. So how do you move out? Watch this. I'm in the middle boxing and the guy just pressure me and I have to move back. 1, 2, switch. And then I'm out. You see that? So again, 1, 2, switch, and then you stay out of the wall or stay out of the rope. It's pretty technical, but if you train, you see you get used to it. 1, 2, shuffle to the side and on an angle, 45 degrees, and then you can move out. Okay, does it make sense? I wish I had the rope. I wish I had somebody in front of me, but I don't. So, all right. So, what else? Oh yeah, I love this. Watch. You see how my foot is not facing forward. You see this? And the reason for that is why. Watch this. If I move forward, my knee, when I stop, I'm gonna move. You see, the knee is gonna lean me forward, and I don't want that. Especially if I'm fighting, somebody's gonna punch me in the face. Watch, boom! I'm moving forward. So what I do is I put my foot a little bit to the side. You see this? So I'm gonna follow my knee, and my knee is gonna make me move to the side. Okay, and that's gonna save me from getting that contact, that front contact. See this? Instead of doing this, I put my foot this way, and then I'm moving a little bit down and to the side. Okay. This is I learned that from the Gleason's gym. They taught me, to put my foot on an angle, not straight forward, because if I move back and forth, you see now, my body is launching me in front of you. By putting it on the side, like this, on an angle, I'm gonna move to the side. Right? This is a little tricks I learned. Now, if you have some people have a hard time, keeping their chin down, right? And I have a trick. Yeah, I don't know if I have it here, but it's okay. I can use anything. All right, I can use this. So what I do is I put this underneath, and then I make them hold the, and then he has to hit the bag, or the person or the girl has to hit the bag with their chin down, and the ball usually is a tennis ball, and then you can see it's a tennis ball is better, but you know, if somebody is always, you know, putting a head up, you know, and you know why we're doing this? To keep your chin down, not only to protect the chin, but watch this. If I put my chin down, I have to move my eyebrows up, right? So right now, my chin is up. So, you know, every time I hit my head, I'm gonna blink, right? Right? Does it make sense? Now watch this. If I put my chin down, I'm gonna have to look up, and now I'm not blinking anymore. Okay. So again, this is little tricks that you learn from time to time from different people. So again, make sure when you fight, choose the angle. So don't fight always, you know, straight forward. Make sure you lean to the side, you know, down, up, switch, back, and after we're gonna go over some very technical part on the punch, especially for MMA. And the reason for that is, see, you have to hit with a small part of the hand. So sometimes by keeping my hand, you know, it looks straight, right? It looks like I'm punching right, but watch this. Now, I'm not punching with my knuckles. I'm punching, the first thing is gonna touch, it's this part of the fingers. See that? Right? So that's why I turn it to the side a little bit, and you know, I have another angle now. That's the way I finish my punch, especially with small gloves. And now I hit with the knuckles. Okay? So again, these are very technical. All right, so again, the footwork. So left to the right, back, left, right, and moving backwards, knowing the wall is here, switch and move. Okay, so it's good to do some exercise. 1, 2, move to the side. I'm limited on space, so 1, 2, move to the side. Okay, another 1, 2 here, 1, and then you're going to move to the side. So the footwork is really important. I can't do the shuffles here because I don't have a lot of space. But then again, a lot of guys, they like to do, they think crossing is not good, right? So they're telling me, so when you move back, they want you to do this, right? See this? Watch. Right? Well, why can I do this? What's the difference from this? I'm not crossing, right? And walking back. I'm not crossing. So it's better for you to be free with your legs than to be stuck doing that up and down shuffle. So watch this, the difference. If I'm fighting and now I want to move back, I can still box with my right side forward. So it's really important, you know, for you to feel free to be able to walk left, right, you know, and not only shuffle. Shuffle, limit yourself on a lot of things. But if somebody's very fast and you want to move, you want to be able to walk, you know. Oh, he's running fast up. Feel free. So this is not crossing, okay? It looks like you're crossing because you're doing this, but this is not crossing. Crossing will be this. This is crossing, I understand. But this is not crossing. So that's why when people just shuffle all the time, they are limited on how fast they can go back. You know, the difference between this and this, there's a big difference. You know, if I move back by just walking back, it's way better than if I shuffle. This is taking me too much time. So that's why it's really important for you to be able to fight with the right forward, the left forward. Okay, and then of course for MMA, it changes your game because somebody says, okay, the guy is he's a right-handed person. Wow, so and I'm false bar. Oh, maybe I can use that technique, and then suddenly you just switch, and the guy said, oh, now he's a false bar. Oh, then the strategy change. Well, now you have to be able to do the both sides. Really important. All right, let's do a couple exercises. Again, guys, we stretch. Now the stretching, what's important with the stretching is this. You should not hurt when you stretch. If you hurt, what's going to happen is like your body, your muscle, they're gonna do this, you know, and then it hurts. They say, oh, wait a minute, you're going to break something, and instead of relaxing, it's going to do the opposite. What's the defense of the muscle? Is to contract. So you're going to make it worse. So it's really important when you do a stretch, guys. It doesn't matter if it's a split. Doesn't matter if it's whatever it is. Make sure that you do it and you feel, you know, that stretch, but it should not be hard. You should not feel like a pain. A little tiny is okay, but as soon as it gets too hard, just be careful, because the muscle is getting some signal, and then suddenly it's going to do, hey, I'm hurting, boom, and then this is where we have some. This is where we hurt ourselves. I know that because I made the mistake. So it's from experience. It's not from. It's from making mistakes that I learn things sometimes. You know. So this is called, like we were talking before. This is called active stretching. So you don't hold it. You just bounce a little bit. Okay, and that's warm up your muscle, especially at the beginning of a training. I learned that from parkour. And then you hold. So at the end of the session, you should hold. And stretching is extremely important. I mean, we don't do enough. I don't do enough either. So it's so important because it really avoids you to have some injuries. There's another one we used to do, this one a lot. We used to do that in karate, and I'm not doing it anymore, and I have to do it again. Most of the time with this, we're doing this, right? But this is a little bit different because I'm stretching here, my hamstring, but I'm not stretching my quads. You know, right there, oh, I feel it right there over my quads, you know, and that's good for Mawashigiri. There you go, switch. Woo-hoo. Are you going to see that this one of the leg is going to be more flexible than the other one? And go slow. You know, this is not a competition. Another thing that I like to do is the bridge, especially in jiu-jitsu. You know, they teach you how to do the bridge, and that's really good. And also the neck. We don't work our neck a lot. So every tomorrow we can do an exercise, neck exercise. So wrestlers are extremely good with that. All right. So I hope you enjoyed it. You know, it's kind of hard, you know, to do some footwork when we are limited in space, and you know, especially with a camera, I can't go anywhere because I'm limited on whatever you see, guys. And plus, I don't have a partner, so it's hard to demonstrate a couple things. So, but I think maybe you can pick up a couple things here. Okay? Not everything I do or I teach is great or is good for you. Just pick up things that maybe you're gonna like. Maybe you're gonna say, "Hey, this is not bad." You know, maybe I can use that on my training. All right. Also today, I think I'm gonna send some. It's not a diet, but how I make my food, and how do I eat. And I'm gonna be honest, like right now, I'm not gonna be on a diet, okay? Because I want as much. I don't want to be on the edge of. I don't want to lose fat right now. It's not a good time, because when you lose fat, you're always on the edge, you have to train constantly, and you need to take your vitamins, and then you need the body to reach for the fat instead of reaching for the nutrients. So you have to be always not starving, but kind of. And I don't want to do that right now. It's not the time. I want to be as strong as possible. So I eat not more than usual, but I eat. Like example, usually I eat egg white. Now I eat the full egg. Okay, that's something that I change, and I take my vitamins every morning. So important. And what I do is also I have oxygen meter right here. Okay, and that's important, especially now. So what you do, I don't know if it's precise, but it's pretty cool, and it tells me how much percentage I have of oxygen and the beat per minute. 97 or 98, okay, SpO2, and 78. So then my heart rate is 78 right now. So, and then you can measure the amount of oxygen you have into the pressure of the oxygen that you have in your bloodstream. Anyway, so that's one of the tools that I use right now for this time. And also with my friend Rod, he sent me some texts. He said, "Hey, Olivier, you should try this." So when I don't feel very good, because sometimes in the morning maybe I feel a bit drowsy or whatever. So what I do is I boil some water and I put some oil, eucalyptus and what is it, lavender, and I put mint also, and you boil it and you breathe it, and it really opens your lungs. So, I guess we have a problem.